Dan Crenshaw appears to threaten Tucker Carlson. Dan Crenshaw appears to threaten Tucker Carlson in hot mic moment. Threatening the pundit was rejected by the politician. On Monday, a Texas Republican lawmaker seemed to threaten to assassinate Tucker Carlson, a former Fox News presenter, while on a hot mic. Representative Dan Crenshaw described Carlson as the worst person and said they had never met in person during an interview with a British journalist. Following an interview with conservative British news outlet GB News, which released video of the interaction, he made the comments. Carlson's resistance to U.S. help to Ukraine was criticized by Crenshaw in the interview, who said the pundit doesn't know what he's talking about. For a long time, the two have been teasing one another on social media, with Crenshaw calling Carlson a cowardly, know-nothing elitist and Carlson calling Crenshaw one of the dumbest Republicans. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, a Republican from Georgia and a Carlson supporter, questioned Crenshaw on X about whether he had intimidated her acquaintance. In response, the congressman said, "LOL, no." In response to Crenshaw's comments, Carlson personally extended an invitation for an interview. "We'll see how you perform if you come sit for an interview." Carlson wrote, "I'll send you my address," on X. Who is Dan Crenshaw? Texas Republican caught on hot mic saying he'd kill Tucker Carlson. Watch. When asked whether he had ever met Tucker Carlson, Texas Republican Dan Crenshaw said he had. On a hot mic, he was heard declaring, "I'll FG kill him if I ever meet him." On a hot mic, Texas Republican Dan Crenshaw was heard stating, "We've talked a lot on Twitter. I'll FG murder Tucker Carlson if I ever have the chance to meet him." When a British journalist inquired about meeting the right-wing broadcaster, this was the answer. "Not joking," Crenshaw said, calling Carlson the worst person. Who is Dan Crenshaw? Since 2019, Daniel Reed Crenshaw has represented Texas's 2nd Congressional District in the U.S. Congress. Crenshaw, a 1984-born Navy SEAL officer, was a member of SEAL Team 3 during the Afghanistan War. During his 3rd deployment, he was wounded in combat when an improvised explosive device caused him to lose his right eye. Crenshaw served as Representative Pete Sessions' legislative assistant prior to his election to Congress in 2018. Dan Crenshaw's interview. On Monday, Crenshaw was questioned about the $100 billion in U.S. assistance to Ukraine in an interview with GB News' Stephen Edgington. "There is a real opportunity cost there. We could have spent that money on the border or fixing, issues in America," Edgington said in response to the question. "You can chew bubblegum and walk at the same time," Crenshaw retorted. "I would want to know what Tucker believes should be funded with the $100 billion and if he would support it as a conservative. Tucker has no idea what he's discussing. I don't really take Tucker's counsel very seriously, since he enjoys traveling to Moscow and boasting about how wonderful the food shops are there." Texas Representative Dan Crenshaw laughs off claims he threatened to kill Tucker Carlson. Representative Dan Crenshaw of Texas brushed off inquiries about how he seemed to be captured on camera saying that he would kill Tucker Carlson if he met the right-wing commentator. Reporter Stephen Edgington asks Crenshaw whether he has met Carlson at the conclusion of an interview with London's GB News. After claiming that the two had argued on social media, the congressman seems to go on to say, "If I ever meet him, I'll FING kill him," and refers to the former Fox News host and analyst as the worst person. "Did you threaten to kill my friend Tucker Carlson?" Georgia GOP Representative Marjorie Taylor questioned her colleague after sharing a link to the video. Crenshaw brushed her opinion aside. "No, haha," Crenshaw said. Criticizing Crenshaw's denial, Edgington wrote on X, "It's actually captured on video." Even though the interview is still available online, he provided a link to the lawmaker's flip post-interview remark, which vanished on Monday night. A number of X users saved the post-interview remarks and shared videos that seemed to show the former Navy SEAL expressing his dislike for Carlson. In the past, Crenshaw has called Carlson a cowardly, know-nothing elitist who is full of S, and a click chaser. Carlson calls Crenshaw Eye Patch McCain. In a newly published documentary, Carlson claimed that he was tormented by demons while he slept. Crenshaw, who lost an eye in warfare, has certain conservative views in common with Republican Representative John McCain, a fellow war veteran who passed away in 2018. Crenshaw and Carlson's stances on Russia's conflict against Ukraine are the main points of contention. Crenshaw dislikes Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia. Critics charge Carlson of having sympathies for the despot. The 40-year-old lawmaker was invited to an interview with the 55-year-old provocateur on Wednesday evening. Carlson said, "I'll give you my address," on X.